Good afternoon. We have just learned that a Des Moines police officer has been arrested.
We go right to News Channel 8's Katie Ward. She's at Des Moines Police Headquarters downtown. Katie.
Steve and Cynthia, we're right now in the middle of a press conference. Sergeant Lori Laverato is speaking right inside this room. Here is what we have learned. Okay, at 6:30 this morning, the Des Moines Police Department received two phone calls. One from a 19-year-old woman who said a Des Moines police officer attempted to assault her in his patrol car while in uniform, while on duty. The Des Moines Police Department also got a phone call from that woman's friend. So that happened at 6:30. Immediately, the police department began an internal investigation. Since that internal investigation, charges have now been filed by the Polk County Attorney. Des Moines police officer Maynard Richard, he's been on the force for 2 years now. He faces 2 criminal charges, including assault with intent to commit sex abuse and non-felonious conduct in office. That is a serious misdemeanor. He has been on the department for 2 years. Here's a little bit more information about Here's a little more information about what happened last night. We know this happened around midnight while he was working. Chief Judy Bradshaw tells us that this officer, Richardson, did not know the 19-year-old victim. It did allegedly happen in his patrol car. He is 34 years old. As I mentioned, he's been with the Des Moines Police Department for 2 years now. We do know the victim was not injured. Chief Bradshaw told us that in the 30-plus years she's been with the police department, she has never seen anything like this. They've never had an accusation that's led to charges in the 30-plus years that she has been with the Des Moines Police Department. She was obviously very shaken up. We do have a soundbite from her. Let's go to that now.
I'm not going to get into the specifics of it, other than it was through the course of his duties as a police officer. He came into contact with her. Didn't know her, we don't believe, ahead of time, and he proceeded to basically try to sexually assault her.
Well, we do know that Officer Richardson is on his way right now to the Polk County Jail. Here's one other thing we just learned. I just asked Chief Bradshaw if this had ever happened before, if there had ever been any situations with Officer Richardson. In fact, there has been a situation last year in which she would not elaborate because she said this is part of the criminal case now. Apparently, Officer Richardson was suspended last year for a couple of days for, quote, inappropriate conduct and inappropriate remarks involving a citizen in Des Moines. So, Steve and Cynthia, let's recap what we know. We're here at the Des Moines Police Department. Officer Maynard Richardson, he's been with the force for 2 years. He's facing 2 criminal charges. He is going to the Polk County Jail. The charges involve an allegation that last night he tried to sexually assault a 19-year-old Des Moines woman in his patrol car somewhere in the city limits while in uniform, while on duty. I'm going to head back into the press conference and we'll update you throughout this newscast on any new developments.
Okay, Katie, thank you very much. We'll, of course, keep following this.